Well, thanks for watching. I'm Mark Kelly in for Len Stevens.
And I'm Dana Evans. We begin tonight with snow, of course, headed our way again tomorrow. Kind of sounds a little like we did about this time last week.
It really does, but it won't be as much snow as last time. Sean Sublett is in the Weather Center with the very latest. Sean. Thank you, Sean. Cold weather in Chicago turns fire to ice. This was the scene late Tuesday night as fire engulfed a warehouse. Well, firefighters say it was the largest fire they've seen in 7 years. It took more than 200 firefighters several hours to get the flames under control. The cold weather made it difficult on crews who had to deal with frozen hydrants and ice from their hoses. Take a look at the building now. It's covered in ice. What a big difference.
I was looking out my window and I noticed a fire, so I came out here last night to look at it. And it was pretty high, intense. And then this morning my son wants to come and look at it. Now I look, it's like an ice castle.
Now, authorities are concerned that parts of the building could fall under the weight of all that ice. The cause of the fire, supposed to be here to sell his new transportation bill. Instead, he plugged into the meeting by phone. David Tate was at the press conference today. Now, Dave, this address by the governor, it's a big deal for Roanoke.
A Chinese catfish instead of the grouper. Yeah.
It's the fish that are always a little
big in those beach communities.
Well, maybe tonight's the night to go out for dinner. Details of Roanoke's Restaurant Week coming up.
Plus a popular.
They proudly serve in our military, but for nearly 2 decades, some units have been off limits to women. Until now, as the Pentagon lifts the ban on women in combat roles. Angela Hatcher is in our Lynchburg newsroom with exclusive reaction from a former soldier who is one of the most famous women to have ever worn the uniform. New year brought some changes for the Danville Museum of Fine Arts and History. The museum recently got a new executive director. Kara Burton moved from New York for the position, but she grew up on Virginia's Eastern Shore. She says she has always been very interested in history and has done a lot of historical research. Burton says she plans to help raise more funds for the museum and try to get more people in the community to visit by having more events and more activities.
It's a real gem in the South Side that people outside the South Side may not even know about. I think that it's got a lot of potential as far as its facility use by the community.
Well, if you want to meet the new executive director, the museum will have an open house on February 4th.
Good evening, everyone. First at 5:30 tonight, the Arctic weather. I'm Dana Evans.
And I'm Mark Kelly in for Len Stevens. This weather is battering the Northeast and Mid-Atlantic, while the central part of the nation gets a nice warm break. Diana Perez reports. Well, just about everyone in Amherst County has seen or taken pictures of the Brightwells Mill. Well, now the family that owns it needs your help restoring it for generations to come. Rachel Scher has more on this story. Rachel.
Mark,
2 airlines are making it much easier for travelers to get through Roanoke Regional Airport. Both United and Delta have recently updated software that allows travelers to check in, go through checkpoints, even board flights using a special electronic boarding pass. You just upload it to your smartphone. Now, the boarding pass shows up on your screen and can easily be swiped at check-in desks, making your time at the airport that much faster.
It's a great convenience. You don't have to worry about keeping up with extra papers when you're traveling, especially when you have a lot of things going on, a lot of bags, a lot of kids, things like that.
Great idea. Airport officials believe U.S. Air will also eventually follow suit and offer the same service.
I have not seen that yet.
No, me
that
neither.
is
Haven't
really
heard of it.
cool. I need to travel a little bit more, I guess. Well, a lot of
Second time in 3 days, a fire has broken out at a Lynchburg area business. Take a look at what it looked like this afternoon. This was at the Beechwood Block Shopping Center on Timberlake Road in Campbell County. Now, nail time was a total loss, and the neighboring Twice and Nice boutique sustained damage as well. The fire broke out around 2 this afternoon. Firefighters from several different departments are still on the scene. Now, one southbound lane of Timberlake Road is closed. We'll have much more on this fire tonight at 11. New information tonight on that fire in Lynchburg that destroyed a hobby store. We've been following this blaze since Saturday when Collector's Lair on Ford Avenue went up in flames. Officials still do not have a cause, but confirm the fire started in the basement of the building. They say they need to comb through 12 feet of smoldering rubble before they can get to the basement and determine a cause. Several people we spoke with say someone may have lived in the home.
I really can't confirm whether anybody was living in. I hear a lot people talking bystanders, and I understand there's a lot on the social media websites which I have not looked at, so I really can't speak on that.
And due to poor air quality, the child care center located next to the hobby store is closed until further notice.